Do you need your phone? Is this yours? I'll leave it because I want to see the time. And it's not because I'm special, I just fell on the schedule that way. But thanks for introducing me. Hey, thank you. Okay, and then I also have to say, so you guys, we've all been in qualifications for different levels. So we are in qualifications for nation, very exciting time for my team. And if you have promoted to district, promoted to area, region, you know that there's like those nerves that come along with the qualification process. So I'm experiencing it, late nights, little sleep. And then I get a call that I'm supposed to train at the Impact Tour, so the nerves go up, the sleep goes down. Then I get the agenda, and I see that I'm following Linda Parker. I'm right before lunch. So in the last 6 weeks, I've probably consumed about 210 Fizzy Tabs, and I am jacked up. I think, is it called rhodiola? Whatever that herb is, I love it. So if I talk really fast, literally the other night, it was like 11 o'clock, and I said to my husband, he was getting a drink, and I said, can you refill this for me? And he brought it back, and I drank it, and I'm like, this is water. And he was like, Danielle, it's 11:45 at night. I was like, I don't care, give me a fizz stick, I need it. So if I talk really fast, just wave at me. But this topic, I was really excited about because it's so important. We all have objections in a business appointment. And I think what happens, especially in the beginning, when we get those objections, if somebody says, oh, I can't do this, or they give you a list of things, we think that it's us, that we just did a really bad job presenting it. So I'm excited about this because it's so normal. I don't think anybody in this room has ever done a one-on-one appointment. If this has happened to you, please raise your hand so we can learn from you. And at the end of your presentation, your prospect looks at you and says, I am so in. I have all of the time in the world. Here's my credit card, charge whatever you think that I need. I know everybody, my friends and family are going to be so supportive, and I think network marketing is brilliant. Does that happen? Thank you. If you raise your hand, you're probably lying. So we're going to go, oh, here's the clicker. We're going to go through just the most common, am I going backwards too? Okay. We're going to go through the most common fears and hesitations that people give us when we are talking to them about the business. So you'll see them. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't know enough people. What will other people think? But how many of you guys have heard these and felt stumped? Because what we have to remember is we have to be prepared for these objections, because if we're not prepared and people tell us these things, it can immediately derail us. So we just need to work really hard to become confident in what we're going to say, because objection is normal. You guys, it's human nature for people to be skeptical of this business, and it's our job to just get really good at handling these objections with kindness and with confidence, because that can be really disarming for people. So I have a really simple formula for handling objections before we get into them. The first thing is you have to know them. Write them down with your responses on little index cards so that you can practice them, drill them, go over them, and then view these objections as opportunities to get to know your prospects more. When these objections come up, 9 times out of 10, the very reason that somebody is giving you not to do this business, the reason that they can't do this business, is the very reason that they need this business. So when we ask these questions, when the objections come up, it's just a way for us to get to know them more and to help them see that this could be the answer. So once the objection comes to be, what do we do with it? Okay? 4 things that I love to do when an objection comes up. The first thing is that we have to validate their objection. If we don't do this step, or we try and get argumentative, we're not going to get very far. So number 1, you have to validate it. The second thing is that you have to show them that you understand the objection. You don't have to agree with it. You just have to understand with it, or understand it. And the reason, or the way that I do this, 3 simple words, I did not come up with it, I'm sure many of you do it, is I completely understand. When you respond to an objection with I completely understand, it totally lets them relax. The third thing is be conscious of what it is that they need and what they desire, so that you can put it back to that. And then the 4th thing is we're going to use the feel, felt, found method. Okay? So I'm going to go through all this verbiage with you, but I'm always going to use I completely understand how you feel. I felt the same way, and I found that. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and dive into objection number 1. How many of you have heard this? I don't have enough time. So, I completely understand how you feel, Linda. I'm going to use your name. I actually felt the same way when I started Arbonne. I was really busy working 2 jobs. But what I found is they teach you how to work this in the nooks and crannies of your day. You can work it part-time or full-time. It's totally up to you. Okay, see how simple that sounds? Time objections. First of all, when somebody says, I'm too busy, they are stating a priority. They are not stating a fact. If you want this business to work, it does not matter how busy you are, you can fit it in. I mean, you heard Laura Linder, she's got 5 kids. I have 2 and I feel like I'm losing my mind. She's got 5. You fit it in. People travel, their husbands work, they have 4 jobs. Time is a priority, not a statement of fact. So what you want to do is, I tell people, I look for busy people. I look for people that know how to multitask because they know how to get it done. And just show people different stories. Use Lynn or Laura's story. Show people that other consultants in this business are making it work with a crazy, hectic schedule. So something else that I will do with this hesitation is I'll ask, how much time do you have? Because I think a lot of people feel like this has to be another full-time gig. So if you can just say to them, you know what, I work 12 to 14 hours consistently a week. If you can fit that in, and I also tell them, half of that's out doing appointments, half of that's from the comfort of my own home, putting in orders and doing follow-up calls. So if you could fit in 10 to 14 hours a week consistently, this could lead you to an opportunity that would give you all the time in the world. So just show them that time should not be a reason for somebody not to do this business. All right, the next one is, I don't have enough money. No. Yes, okay, sorry. So the only thing that is required in Arbonne to start a business is $79, okay? Where in the world can you find an income opportunity like this for $79? And one of the things that I love about Arbonne is that you get your return on your investment so quick. If you opened a franchise or you started a business, it can take years and years and years before you get any type of return on that investment. So with the money objection, I completely understand how you feel, but what I found is you just need products to use, to share, and to demonstrate. I can show you what you need, but the amount that you spend is really up to you. I think what is so important about this part is, well, there's three words in this slide that I love. Share, use, and demonstrate. If we don't have these products, I mean, you heard Linda say this, if you're not using it, put an X through the catalog. But people do have different financial situations, and I respect that when I'm working with somebody. Obviously, you're going to get off to a better start if you come in with the products, but you have to work with people where they're at. But it's also really important for us as the consultant to make sure that we're showing them the value in this business. I heard this analogy from one of the MVPs in my upline, Donna Weiser, and I loved it. If I went down the street, I know there's a Mercedes dealership, and I picked out a shiny Mercedes M or SL McLaren. Okay, I think those cars are like $150,000. And I bought it, I rolled it off the lot, and I put it in here, and I said the first person that gives me $5,000 can have this car. It is yours. Even if you didn't have that $5,000, I think all of us would be freaking out trying to figure out how to make that work because we understood the value in that car and what we were getting it for. I can see the men shaking their heads. So what we have to do as consultants is make sure that our prospects understand and attach the value to having an income opportunity that's residual like this. People will pay for something when they know that there's a value in it. Okay, so we have to make sure that we're presenting it in that way. I don't know enough people. Everyone knows people. We do. Linda just talked about this as well. And I think what we do at the very beginning is we prejudge. We think, oh, she wouldn't be interested. She doesn't have money for the product. She's too crazy. I have a girl on my team now. I love her. She's been one of my dear friends for several years. And I talked to her about 2 years ago about this business, and this was her excuse. I don't know enough people, and I didn't push her into it. I just kept saying, we can work through this, we can work through this, and eventually she just said, no, it's not for me. So about 6 months ago, she called me and she goes, Danielle, I know people, and you want to know how I know people? Because 2 of my friends have signed up in your team in the last 6 months, and they could have been on my team. And now she's on, now she's doing it. She's in qualifications for district manager. So it's crazy that people think that they don't know people, and if this is their excuse, all the more reason that they need to do this business, okay? 90% of my team I did not know before joining Arbonne. So we meet the most fantastic people. My dear, dear friends are sideline consultants. So all the more reason for them to jump on board. What will others think? I love this one. Who cares? Oh, you guys, I'm not even going through the verbiage with you guys. Okay, so what will others think? You know what, Linda, I completely understand. I felt the same way, and you guys, I did, because when I started, I was 21 years old. I had no college degree. At the time, I was having very little success. And I thought that when I told people about this opportunity, they would think, oh, of course she would do something like that. So I was very concerned about what people thought. Now, I am not. So when this type of thing comes up, I love saying this. Instead of being concerned with what you think others think of you, be more concerned about what you think of yourself. The choice is yours. There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be people sitting on the sideline telling you what they think or telling you that it's an awful idea. Well, the reason that they're sitting on the sideline is probably because they're too unmotivated or lazy to get up and do something to change their own lives, okay? So don't let them distract you of what your dreams are. People will quickly change their opinions when they see how committed you are and when they see how excited you are. What am I getting myself into? Okay, I completely understand how you feel. When I first started my Arbonne business, I had no clue what it entailed to own my own business. I was really worried about all the overhead. And what I found is we have an amazing culture that all we do is teach and train and help others, and we already have a system that's already in place. It takes all the guesswork out of starting your business, and your sponsor is going to be there right along the way to help you. You guys, we have it so easy in Arbonne. They do the payroll. They do the bookkeeping, they do the events. Okay, I have to give a shout out to corporate, first of all. How awesome is it that we have a little mini GTC in our backyard? So thank you, corporate, for coming. And they do the slides, they give you the agenda. We just have to show up. We have the most supportive home office in this business. If we have questions, we call, we get answers. We have all of the tough stuff done for us. We just have to share the products and teach people to do the same. And then this one is my absolute favorite. The one that really tripped me up at the beginning has now become one of my favorites. So this is when you're going to get, is this a pyramid scheme? Oh, so this is one of those things I have to get people. I love that. I have to get people. Okay, so I completely understand how you feel. You know, when I started, I didn't know anything about network marketing. But what I heard, all that it could offer, I got really excited. This is just an industry that allows ordinary people to have successful businesses for our families in the most efficient business model out there today. Right now, the industry, I think, reputation is totally changing. I've been doing this for about 7 years, and when I started, it was totally like, network marketing, big red X, and people are actually looking for this now. And what we have to do is just help our prospects understand that that's changing. Show them where that shift is at. We have incredible business icons that are supporting and endorsing this business. Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Susie Orman, and when you share those kind of things with people, it brings their guard down. This industry is predicted to be the biggest industry in the 21st century, okay? Why would you not want to be a part of it? And some things that you can do to kind of switch their mind on this, switch their thinking, is just ask questions like, do you believe in referral business? Do you believe in word-of-mouth advertising, okay? We are a referral-based group, okay? When we see a good movie, when we read a good book, when you go to a good restaurant, get good customer service, you share those kind of things. I got a massage like 2 months ago, and it was the best massage of my life. I took a stack of business cards, and I've been like handing them out to strangers, because I'm like, everybody's got to experience this. She was fabulous. So that's what we do, and our products work so well that it's a no-brainer. So for the consultants in the room, I really just want to touch on this with you guys real quick, because where is your belief at on this one? Are you 100% committed to this industry? Are you completely out there and saying, I know that this is the industry of the 21st century? Do you believe it wholeheartedly? Or do we really need to work on this belief? Because if you aren't comfortable with this part, when somebody says to you, it's one of those things, and you kind of get squeamish and you're like, I know it is, then you really have to work on that. I'm going to give you guys just a few facts about this industry, okay? So that you can kind of say, oh, I get it. I'm so proud to be a part of this company and this industry. This industry generates over $427 billion annually, okay? 70% in a recent poll of the population would prefer to own their own business. People are looking for opportunities like this. Every 12 seconds in America, somebody joins a home-based business or a network marketing company. That's 5 every minute, 300 an hour, $7,200 a day and over $50,000 a week. Why would you think that people are not looking for this? It is the only industry, a couple of the girls said this, where you can determine how much you work, determine how much you get paid, and your background doesn't matter. You can have no college degree, you can be an OBGYN, and you can still make an incredible income, okay? I love it. So if you just feel like this is something that's holding you back, really just educate yourself. There's great books out there. It is up to us to change the persona of what's going on with network marketing, and I think that Arbonne is giving this industry a really, really good name. Okay, so my last objection, that was the last objection, sorry. Tip, help your prospect understand that these feelings are normal. They should not stand in the way of an Arbonne opportunity. This is your chance to just be really real and relatable with people. Let them know that you've been there. I love the saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you can throw up information your entire time presenting with them when you're going through that one-on-one, but if you don't show them that you care, they're not going to care about all of the details. And you need to be more interested than trying to be interesting. I love that. Be less interesting, be more interested. Okay, so what if they say no? Because that happens. What if they tell you no? Then I say they were not supposed to be a part of your organization, at least not yet. I mean, you've heard it several times today. No's can't kill you. They're just going to make you go to the top quicker. Linda Parker has heard a heck of a lot more no's than anybody else in this room. So I say we all need to start going for no more than we do going for yes. Rejection is God's protection. And I really believe that to my core. And I have seen in the past people say no to me, and I look back and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that they did not say yes to this opportunity, okay? Rejection is God's protection. It is hard hearing no, but you guys, we have got to be bigger than that rejection and just remember what our goals are and what our dreams are and keep going. Okay, there are a few key words for just like a little charge to the consultants before lunch that I took out of this slide. I read the whole slide and then I was like, wait a second, I see some very important words. Feelings shouldn't stand in the way of this opportunity. Okay, so we all start at that same place. We all started at some point in this business with a consultant sharing this opportunity with us. Okay, a lot of us probably had those same hesitations, those same fears, those same insecurities, and we carry them into our business. Okay, we just learn to manage them a little bit differently, but we still encounter them every once in a while. One of my very first presentation, my sponsor was from California, so she flew to Illinois to launch me. She flew home, and my very first presentation that I did by myself, I thought I was going to pass out. I literally did. I got through the presentation, and I said, you guys just go enjoy snacks. I'm going to use the restroom, and then I'm going to start checking people out. I went to the restroom with my cell phone. I called my sister, and I said, you have got to come over here and help me finish this. I don't know what I'm doing. So my sister came. She was not a consultant. She came to the party, and she checked every guest out for me because I was so nervous, okay? I was like consumed with fear. So I would be lying if today I told you at some point I didn't have like this twinge of fear in my gut knowing that I had to get up here. But I didn't go run into the bathroom 5 minutes before my presentation and call anybody. I just learned to manage it differently. So feelings cannot stand in your way of this opportunity. We all have feelings of fear. We all have the feelings of doubt, of frustration, and we have to really work hard to stop the head garbage, okay? One of my favorite verses says, be careful what you think because your thoughts run your life. And that is so true, you guys. Your thoughts consume you. So if you go into a business appointment like this and you're like, I don't know what they're going to say, they're probably going to tell me no, I know she's super busy, then that's what you're going to get, okay? So we just have to switch our way of thinking, book tons of business appointments. I love the fact that this is a Saturday and we have a full week left. I'm so excited to just hit the ground running this next week. So if you have an empty calendar, go out there and book it. One of our dear friends, Stacy Woodford, just moved to Florida, and in 2 days, she booked 13 business appointments for this week because she's in a new state by herself and she really wants to kick off her business. So we have no excuses. She doesn't know anybody in Florida. Nobody. We know tons of people right here in like our little hometowns. So get on the phone, book some business appointments, get excited about the objections and the opportunity to hear no's, and just keep going. I know there's going to be like several nations in this room before the end of the year. So that's all I have for you. Lunch. I do have some announcements, so we have to hold on. I did talk really fast because I was timing my training and I was like 7 minutes over and I'm like 7 minutes under, so sorry. Okay, so lunch. There are going to be different venues set up for you guys to purchase lunch at. If you came in and you did not register and you did not pick up your Pampermint gift set, please go out and get that so that you can claim yours. They are going to be selling raffle tickets throughout the lunch hour, and I don't know if you guys know this, but we have some awesome gifts that they're raffling off. Coaching sessions with like Linda Parker, the top MVPs, a full I Want It All holiday set. So you want to get your tickets to the raffle. And then we're going to be back in here and starting promptly at 2. We've got lots of great training. So thank you very much.